everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two very good defenses on the field today. Both rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed, and each wants to prove that it is no fluke. The Jags are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Cowboys, who will need to find a way to move the football.
Well, Larry, with a sight of fans splashing in pools behind the end zone, we can only be in one place. That's Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Again, it's Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
In motion right comes Beasley. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw. Prescott. Hard throw. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Gonna let one fly for... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first down carry by Elliott. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
In motion here is Witten. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They go to Elliott again. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Bortles. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Bortles. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. To throw is Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They start on the ground with Elliott. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Now Bortles. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. Able to slither by, and now running right through it. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. In motion here is Witten. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
A second down throw for Prescott. Malik Jackson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet, right around the 31. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Well, that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Prescott now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the open. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Now Bortles. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking downfield for Dez. And that's caught inside the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Second down, 8. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wood. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the Jags are going to have a 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars get a score closer. And this one's back to an 8-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing. Prescott. Looking for his tight end width, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Now Bortles to try again after the pick 6. And his throw here's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. In motion right comes Beasley. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run pass.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now a play fake. Bortles. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the... It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Bortles. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. In motion right comes Beasley. On 3rd down. That's Stevens. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it here with Smith. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Play clock winding down. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And now here's a carry heading left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a handoff as they run left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Third and long for Prescott. It's caught on the right side. Williams. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And to give this time to the tailback. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
4th down, no problem. It's a good piece of power running right here and a confident decision to go for it. And that's going to get them a 1st and goal.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The slot man in motion right. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. In motion right comes Beasley. 3rd down and goal from the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wood. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Bortles now on 1st down. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. Clock running as Bortles hurries to try to get his guys set. Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 3rd and 5. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and run it in. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. In motion right comes Beasley. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. This from long, very long range. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And, Charles, you talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. That wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was a long-distance kick.
Brandon, it shows you the faith that this coaching staff has in their kicker. You're right. If this goes wrong, you're going to give up the ball near midfield. But that was an absolute rainmaker, and it's going to give them a late lead.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Thinking back to 2015, didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Dallas, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.